Welcome back, everybody. More Dota 2. This could be our last game for the day, for the night, for the major and minor qualifiers. It's Aster versus Newbee. We have all of our teams for the major except for the minor winner, and we have all of the teams for the minor except the China qualifier winner, which at the moment, Aster find themselves up 2-0 in this series against Newbee after some pretty spectacular comebacks in both games, though they were winning pretty hard for the first part of game number 2, and then things went off the rails a little bit, and they lost the lane of racks, but they righted the ship, and they rode it out, and some nice plays on the part of Fade put them in a good stead. So we are changing up the draft again this time around. Newbee, however, still going to be on the Dire. Aster still on the Radiant. This time around, Newbee are going to be the ones with first pick. Batrider's still floating around. Oracle's still floating around. Newbee are banning their own heroes. I don't like it when teams do this. I don't know if Aster are really super prioritizing the puck. But there you go. They're at least going to do something a little bit different. So Aster could take the Shadow Shaman again if they wanted it. But maybe that's not going to happen. Aster really sitting here thinking about this, though. Like, do we let them have the bat and then we just take the Oracle? But what happens if we don't ban either and then they take the Oracle and then we can't really take the bat because the Oracle? So now let's just force them to take the Batrider, I guess. And we can take what we want, which I don't know exactly what that would be. Maybe they take, like, Disruptor. No, Newbee just take Lich. Wait, why would you just let them have Batrider? Huh? I mean, maybe they have some kind of plan. Are they just gonna, like, Lich Timber and let Aster have, like, Batrider Shaman or something? I don't know what the support duo is gonna end up.
10 seconds remaining.
Gonna end up being, but is Lich that good? Is Lich really that good that you're just gonna, like, first pick him here, like this? Or do they just want to be the ones reacting this whole draft? Okay, so Aster take the Rubik, and they take Omni Knight. So nobody wants Batrider. All of a sudden, Batrider goes from, like, oh, we got to ban this thing every single game to it's just not getting picked, apparently. Well, okay. So Aster, like, look, you can have the bat if you want. We've got our Omni Knight. We've got our Rubik. Take it. I dare you. I double dare you.
Dire team ban.
And Newbee are like, nah, we just want OD. We want a really early OD. Okay, so what? This is, like, kind of a troll deterrent as well, so Aster can't just do some, like, Omni Knight troll stuff. And there's still other options. They can still just pick Lifestealer. So what? Newbee have to ban, like, Lifestealer, and I would guess maybe, I don't know, they get rid of Sniper. Still a Razor in the pool as well. We saw SCCC's Razor absolutely pop off too with any kind of help with some backup from the offlane. So maybe that's where they can go with this.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Okay, Timber banned. Sure, they can't really pick it themselves here. They've already got Omni Knight and enemy team has OD, so you really don't want it. Alright, I want to see what Newbee think of as, like, the other OD counters, because I think that's really what they're going to ban here. OD is not a hero that you can pick like this in the same way that you can pick, like, Timbersaw in this spot, right? Like, you pick Timbersaw in this spot, and the enemy team takes a bunch of counter picks, and Timbersaw still does something, right? But OD is not that kind of hero. If you pick OD like this and the enemy team just completely counterpicks him, OD is not going to do anything.
Radiant team ban.
Okay, they're also now worried about the Huskar. I think they're worried about, like, what they would get cheesed by more than what Aster might actually be angling for. Like, why would they not just pick Lifestealer?
10 seconds remaining.
Maybe they just don't play it. They don't favor it as much.
5 seconds
I guess Newbee
remaining.
with this OD pick probably also telling themselves that they don't have to ban Morphling. Like, they don't have to worry about Morphling as much. I think this does make a little bit of sense in the context of the current meta. Like, you know, people are picking. We've been seeing Void over the last 2 days for this minor qualifier. I do think OD has maybe risen up the priority list a little bit, but I didn't think he'd risen to the point where he would be getting picked in the very first phase. So, and Aster really using a bunch of their reserve time here, thinking about what they want to ban into the pick. Probably just going to take their position 4, or just going to take the position 5, the Boboka hero.
Radiant team pick.
Wyvern band. Interesting.
Dire
Where is this
team
going?
pick.
Okay, just a Venge pick. This definitely looks like they're trying to do some kind of play fast, win fast. Maybe they're going to pick Drow. I don't know how good Drow is, but the silence is actually pretty nasty for OD to have to play against, and just do some kind of aura-ish strategy.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't think Venge is going to be a core. Just certainly playable as a core, but I think it's just the 5
seconds remaining
in this situation. And then what else? I mean, what would the mid be? I don't know, because I think they still want somebody to really, like, Drow plus Omni Knight. You're not really putting the Heavenly Grace on the Drow and being like, oh yeah, my Drow's fine, she can tank a bunch of damage. I think you still want somebody to kind of get up in the front there. So it would maybe be like Kunkka plus Drow as the way to close out that lineup, but I don't think you really want to pick Kunkka with the OD. I'm just thinking of, like, it's a mid that's tanky and it also has catch, and I don't think there are too many of those. Clockwork for Newbee. All right, very, like, ganky, contest the lanes early on. Nice with OD. You get an imprisonment mid. Clockwork just walks up. Cogs, battery assault. Pretty easy to find kills that way. So Aster now kind of have to be thinking about that in terms of their mid pick. I don't think that's going to push them all the way into going for something like Queen of Pain or anything, but they do have to at least be thinking about those potential ganks with the Clockwork. So either something that can just, like, spam the wave and then back out. The other way to go here is to maybe take, like, a Shadow Fiend or something mid, and then they just have the tanky hero be the safe laner, like your Heavenly Grace target. But Aster got to make some decisions. Got to look over that playbook and decide what they were happy with, because they are running low on reserve time. XXS scratching his head, asking his team, and just comes back and picks the Templar Assassin. It's looked very solid, and does get bumped up a bit on priority here. So they do have that last overall pick for the SCCC. And now they've kind of got their bases covered. Like, they got Push, they got Roshan, they got a bit of catch. The supports are okay. No big team fight, but you know, that can be very intentional, as now Newbee just add even more team fight into the pile. Gonna pick up the Darkseer. Okay, so I don't know, is this Darkseer vulnerable to... Still, what is stopping Aster from picking Lifestealer? Why would they not just pick Lifestealer? Is there something I don't like? Isn't Lifestealer just good here? Like, it's good against Darkseer. The magic immunity's good. It's got it just buys Halberd, so it makes OD sad. Like, Lifestealer seems great. Maybe they ban it. Maybe they're just not thinking about it. So Troll Warlord removed. Definitely a hero that's annoying for TA, the blind, plus just not being able to man fight against him. So
10 seconds
I do like the ban. Also just a strong safe laner.
5 seconds
remaining. The Rubik Omni Knight lane is good, but they would definitely get more kills against a weaker safe lane hero than the Troll Warlord. So what else? What else is SCCC gonna play here? Like, Anti-Mage classic lane counter against the Darkseer, but just I don't think that's the kind of game that Aster are playing for here. What else? It's really nice playing against a hero like Darkseer if your carry also has Or just playing safe lane is way easier in general if your carry has some kind of a disable, right? Sven and Wraith King and stuff, not very popular these days, but it's so much harder as an offlaner to play when you can't approach the wave because the carry can be the setup stun, right? If one of the supports has to be the setup stun, then you can just sit there and trade against the carry all day, so long as you know where the supports are. But if you're playing against the carry with the stun, it's a very different situation. But I don't think they're going to pick a Wraith King or anything. But what else are they worried about? Like, are they going to ban Dusa? No, okay, they just get rid of Phantom Lancer. Could still Naga if Aster really wants something along those lines. They don't have a whole lot of team fight. They don't have a whole lot of setup. They don't have a whole lot that they would do with the setup. And Newbee are the ones to take the Drow Ranger. Okay, so Drow OD. They may have just denied it from Aster, but I think Aster just picks some up in your face melee carry, whatever they think is best.
10 seconds.
Slark's still in the pool. I don't know if this is a good Slark game, but
5 seconds remaining.
could kind of work. Just pick Lifestealer.
Choose your hero.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with this hero. This is the Lifestealer game of dreams. All right. Look, I don't know about Drow Ranger at the moment. I don't know that much about Darkseer at the moment either. I guess the Darkseer, like the Surge, is going to be kiting, and that's going to be kind of useful. But like, just how do they kill this Lifestealer guy this game? He's just going to buy his Maelstrom halberd or whatever and just run into fights at top speed. Easy Roshan taking. Lots of sustain. They have no long cooldowns to wait for at all either, so if Sanity's Eclipse ever gets dropped in a bad way, then very easy for Aster to just pick themselves up, brush themselves off, and keep on going. They need some Clockwork ganks early. They need this Clockwork to get loaded up with Ion Shell, and he needs to just go and like destroy other lanes. I think he probably plays... Well, I don't know if he plays bottom at first. Maybe he tries to give, like, dodge a little bit at first and give the Darkseer level 3. And then, like, he grabs level 2, and then he can just grab a level 2 Ion Shell and go somewhere else. But... yeah, this Clockwork and, like, the Darkseer lane is going to be really pivotal. Because the Drow and OD just don't do anything in the early game. Drow is a decent laner, but she's not going to be rotating around and making any... making any plays happen.
Prepare for battle.
Let's get into it. This is what Newbee backs up against the wall. This is what they've gone for. They've taken the OD in the first phase. They've put it in the hands of AQ. He's their greedy mid laner. He's good at these more carry-oriented mid lane heroes. They have really put the game in his hands. They've given him the help that they can, and we'll have to see if that works out. We've got Fade on one of his signatures in the Rubik. It is a pretty mediocre Rubik game, to be honest. Like, yeah, OD spell's pretty good, Lich spell's pretty good, everybody else, bit meh. Maybe he can get an Ion Shell off of the Darkseer and then chuck it on his Lifestealer or something like that. But, the lift is at least good, throwing Clockwork around, moving him out of his cogs. That's always a caster classic, bringing that point up, but... let's see how this lane goes. YC just starting with the one lane. Are we cap and then cap back? Cap. Is Triple Z gonna wait one more time? Baboka's just like, screw it, I'm going for the rune, son.
The battle begins.
Get my magic missile. Yoink! Can he get the other one as well? Oh no, YC, why would you do this? Why would you go for the outpost play? Oh no, did they just get quad bounty rune? They just got quad bounty. And Maboka's still gonna live for a while here. He gets away from the battery assault somewhat. Okay, battery assault runs out. They've got the double Ion Shell running him down, and they will get that first blood, but... come on, he just stole what? So that was 200 gold per bounty rune. That's 400 gold for his team. And then that's also 400 gold that the enemy team did not get. No. Immediate rotation mid. Baboka makes his presence felt and just TP's in, lobs the stun at YC. And SCC gonna get this wave under control pretty quickly at bottom. Wizard already done with playing the lane, just gonna go and cut. Alright, the battle continues. Baboka's like, nah, I've got my creeps here to help me out. Good luck with your battery assault. Still taking a lot of damage, though. He's gonna have another stun in 5. I don't think he dies here. SCC is not coming to help him, though. That is for sure. But neither is Wizard interested in doing anything. Oh, Lich is dead top. Oh, boy. Fade just ran him down. How does this... I don't understand how this Rubik Omnidot lane just keeps getting so many kills. Like, what are Fade and XXS doing? It's not like they have degen aura that they're lifting him back into or anything. It's just... Anyway. T-Tours. No experience being... a little bit of experience being stolen by the Clockwork, perhaps. He does have level 2 now. Darkseer is just not... He's not playing the lane at all. This is his life now. Dragon creep waves. So where does that leave Clockwork? Just kind of floating around, I suppose.
Illusion.
See, just popping open wounds. Gonna heal up. This is certainly a way that Lifestealer is not uncomfortable playing. Is Baboka gonna go for these denies? Couldn't quite get the range creeps. Maybe he can get one of these melees. Right. Doesn't have a mango or anything, so Wizard is actually not in any danger at all. And just TP. It's actually Baboka who might end up dying here. Could have just maybe quickly surged the Clockwork and got him in there for the kill, but... Alright, Baboka backs out. And, okay, Clockwork is now top with a Surge and an Iron Shell, but the wave is not in the right position to make this play, so... It's not gonna do anything. How's mid lane going? Pretty even.
Are scanning.
Nothing to really write home about there. Is SCC... I guess he can't really farm the big camp in between. At least not yet. Once he gets a few more items, then probably. Is that already his Javelin coming out? Yeah. Alright, he's got Jab. That's getting gone, and he's got his double ringer protection. Is that going to save him? Gets him underneath the tower. Why is he still diving for it? But the regen from the Heavenly Grace is enough. Fade's still fighting this out. Mugi throws out a couple more arrows at him. What's happening in mid? They were just right on top of each other, but just a bit of damage being traded. Wizard going back to cutting the lane. doesn't care about Baboka at all. He's actually gonna take his... Oh, okay, no, not gonna happen. Not gonna get the courier. Is he gonna be forced to TP here? SCC having to make the decision between taking some creeps and chasing after the Darkseer. He's made his choice. Okay, yeah. So now maybe with the Javelin, feeling a bit more confident. And actually, Wizard does manage to punch down Baboka's courier, but now Baboka does have this stun ready. Wizard can't afford to stick around here for too long. He does pick up the secondary creep wave. Iron Shell. I don't think he's gonna be okay. It's nice denies from Baboka though. Maybe another one? No, not quite. What's happening mid? Clockwork's trying to gank mid. And Rubik is TPing bottom. He's seeing what's happening with this this Darkseer. But there's a dive now happening mid. Assassin getting cogged in, but they immediately break that, get the pushback. He does have a Fairy Fire as well, looking for the turnaround. Faith is also here. Lich loving these rotations to mid lane in this series, but not destined to be. And Lifestealer just free farming at bottom. Got 5-minute bounties coming up. Looks like it is going to be 2-2 at least this time around. Faith comes running in deep. Does manage to snag this one off the Radiant side of the map. What's Darkseer going for? Just pick up a Raindrop. See. Quickly heals with the Iron Shell. Keeps on farming.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Javelin's such an annoying item to last hit with, actually. It's the same as just having some random crit. Man, they really want this TA dead at mid. Again with the 2-man support gank, and this time around they will be successful. No vision for Tron at mid, unfortunately. So doesn't really know that these ganks are happening. Mugi almost level 6, which is pretty nice. Looks like YC and Faith actually just gonna keep on playing around here. Maybe make a move at bottom, pick up this kill on the Rubik perhaps. This Triple C is kind of low, but he does have the infest. So it shouldn't really be too much of a problem. And the support's just gonna reveal themselves here on the outpost. Get this kill. Oh, they're not in the best position. See, there's the fear. He's got the rage, just kind of running for it, and hops inside a fade or just jukes his way back nicely. Nice little use of the tango there. And Lifestealer just waiting to heal back up. Pretty tanky now. Pop out. He's gonna go for this clockwork. Does he have anything to help him out? He does have the cogs, but SCC staying right on top of him. There's the surge stick charges, and he will survive. Oh. Salve not gonna get cancelled. That illusion missing its hit uphill. But an unsuccessful gank and a sub 7-minute maelstrom for this lifesteal, who is just gonna shove the wave, take the camp, shove the wave, take the camp. Get absolutely enormous farm. Looking pretty dead here. Trying to run to Fade to help him out, but he gets blocked in by the cogs and will get taken down. Lots of pressure. And AQ somewhat interested in what Chuan's doing over in the jungle, kind of wondering why he's not showing up in the lane. But none of this pressure is amounting to anything on the lifesteal. It's really just the supports that are trading their lives back and forth. So I don't think this is too much of a concern for Aster. Omni-Knight at least getting plenty of experience up top. Mugi is somewhat forcing him out, and Aster thinking about making a rotation up here. Maybe a quick stack and then go for the gank. What's the vision situation? There's a ward in the lane for Newbee. Boca, I don't know if he was spotted there. They see the TA at least. Is that going to be enough? TA trap down, but not going to go for the dive. There is action happening bottom. But Lifestealer just takes out the courier, and that was Darkseer's bottle. They just can't do anything about Lifestealer. There are 3 heroes down here just staring at him. And SCC is just going about his day as if there's no problem at all. Yeah, needs to pop the stick to get the rage off. Is he dead now because he doesn't have mana to infest? No, he's actually fine. Man, this is annoying for them. There's just 3 heroes spending all their time down here and they can't do anything about the Lifestealer. TA just gonna go for Deso first. OD working his way towards a Force Staff. Definitely need a couple of Force Staffs this game against the Aster lineup. Try and kite around these right clickers if they can. And Faith with 2 points in the Sinister Gaze this time around. Definitely a lot of variability when it comes to these Lich skill builds. Newbee are a little bit ahead in experience, actually. The Mango Tree picked up. Bit of a fight breaking out. Wizard not very healthy. Babok is going to come running forward, maybe find him. Get the stun onto YC. Fade also over here. Surge going to last a little while. They just get the toss back onto the clockwork. And XXS thinking about sniping this outpost at the last second at top. Try and deny that experience away from Newbee. Mugi is moving into position to defend it, though. Just make sure that they do get their experience at the 10-minute mark. And how is this bounty rune battle going to go? Looks like Aster have gotten both at top. Faith wanting to take one at bottom here, but SCC quickly finishes him off, and looks like this could be 4 bounty runes for Aster. At least Newbee get their experience, but this is going to be this gold lead getting pushed up even further, and Lifestealer just getting more and more huge. I don't even know if you have this good of a start. Is there an alternate build that you go for? It used to be that Radiant's Lifestealer was pretty popular. I don't think that's really a thing with the new Lifestealer. SCC is just having a free game, so could mix it up a little bit if he wanted. XXS getting gone on the top. Icy able to block him in. Nice frost arrow slow down, but Baboka is here looking for some kind of a turnaround. Does get immediately silenced, won't be able to get the stun out, and nicely done with the multi-shot. Looks like Clockwork might pay here, gets lifted back, and SCC TPing in just for the last hit. As Newbee seeing that will immediately swap to the bottom lane and look to force this tier 1 for tier 1 trade. Darkseer might consider heading top to hold on to their tier 1 a little bit longer. But they don't really have enough heroes up there, so it looks like it's just going to end up being the trade.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just going to be a Dragonlance for the Drow Ranger. Could be a pretty good game to pick up a fast Hurricane Pike.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Don't know what else you would consider. Shadowblade seems to have kind of gone out of fashion.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Get that last hit. Nicely done by Moogie. C, I imagine, going to do the same thing. Tower, also Catapult gets it, but nope, grabs it. And it's just going to go straight for the Mjolnir this game. As the Deso is now just about to come up. Darkseer is still working his way towards his mech. Does almost have that one completed. The places that SCC is able to play this game are just crazy, because they really can't punish him at all. He can kind of go wherever he wants, and what can Newbee do about it? Like, unless they happen to get a silence before he gets the rage off. But other than that, there's like nothing. I guess once Clockwork gets hookshot, then they can at least cancel the rage TP, but yeah, before that point, Lifestealers just got totally free game. Okay, so clock has 6. Maybe they can go and get some kind of a gank going with that. They've also got the Chain Frost. Newbee have been quite good at utilizing their support ultimates once they have them available. Not really the same thing for Aster. It's not like you need to go and make good use of Spell Steal if you can.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, they're looking for something up here. SCC doesn't have any help, but they've only just gotten vision on him now. Can't really use the hookshot to initiate, so unfortunately just gonna have to let him keep doing what he's doing. XXS takes this as a chance to push out bottom. Aster's still just in control of a little bit more of the map, so yeah, doing a bit better, though. Win probability is favoring Newbee. Does seem to like their draft a little bit more. Alright, Clockwork going forward. Clock's pushback, nice defensive swap. Baboka putting his life on the line. And SCC thanks him by just continuing to keep on farming. At least Newbee takes some control back over their jungle. They got their mech picked up now. This is not a bad timing for them. And they got the Dragonlance on the Drow Ranger. They would love to take this mid-tier 1 tower if they could, but
Dire's bottom
it's going to be easier said than done. I'm just kind of waiting for the moment that Aster want to do anything, which is really just around their TA Blink and Lifestealer Halberd timings, I suppose. Maybe Lifestealer is calling for a fight up top to get Speared back in. Do they have enough control? He actually gets silenced. Is this going to be trouble for him? Not really. He just starts chewing through the Clockwork. That silence was not a long enough duration. SCC can't quite finish the kill, though. Might be looking for an infest out of here. They've got the disables onto the OD. Does have the Sanity's Eclipse, but AQ already forced to run himself out of here. Wizard's really low on mana. Can't really contribute everything that he wants to, and SCC is just so darn fast. Racing forward into this fight, looking for AQ. There's going to be another slowdown. He does have the imprisonment. That might give him another Force Staff. No, not quite enough. His Faith now tanks the rest of this gank, putting his body on the line, trying to keep his cores alive. OD is just barely surviving. Darkseer going to get left for dead as he uses the Surge to get the OD out. And Aster just charge in, grabbing that double kill with a Templar Assassin. No blink required. Just the Lifestealer heading the charge at all times. And they find a Grove Bow. Pretty nice. Quickly snag these outposts, and will be both of the top bounties grabbed by Aster as it looks like Newbee will be able to pick themselves up, brush themselves off, and at least grab those bottom 2 bounties, and Faith gonna snipe this outpost back quickly. But the halberd is already up for SCCC. So he didn't decide to go for the full Mjolnir. Did just get the halberd ASAP. Really with the the halberd, he can just kind of do whatever he wants, run into fights. So much of the damage from Newbee is the auto attacks from OD and the Drow Ranger. I don't know, maybe he even considers... Oh, there's a stolen surge on Ruby. That's why SCCC is so bad.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But I don't know if he considers just going like full tank here. Just goes straight into the AZ maybe after the
Dire's top tower
Mjolnir, or maybe the Basher is just too...
Dire's middle tower
The Basher slash Abyssal is just too appealing. Too nice to have that little bit of extra
Radiant's
jump.
bottom tower
Latch onto the Drow Ranger. That's really the end of her. Darkseer not really in a position that he's going to be able to frontline for the team, and Aster with all this minus armor just clean up Roshan in 2 seconds. The Rocket Flare scouts it, but it's too little too late, and now TA's got an Aegis. Lifestealer feels kind of unkillable, and Newbee on the ropes. Does the win probability... Okay, so the win probability now favoring Aster. Mugi does take out this bottom tier too, so it's not a completely free Roshan, but again, looking to isolate the TA if they can, and they get the sound from the backline. Swap coming through now. They will lose Baboka. Templar Assassin in a pretty compromising position. SCCC now comes down from the high ground and looks towards Mugi. What can they do about this Lifestealer? Just blink out from the Templar Assassin quickly. And SCCC dodges the silence. Looks like he's going to be okay. Yeah, has all this information with the wards, and looks like he will just be able to run up into the trees.
Dire's middle tower is under
shot's
attack.
also on
Dire's
cooldown,
middle
so
tower has fallen.
pretty easy rage TP if you want to. Can you even just stick around up here? No. Rage TP to mid. So they lose the Aegis pretty quickly. Not the fight that they were necessarily hoping for. OD, what's he got? Is that pipe coming out? Yeah, I was like, where'd all his gold go? He doesn't have enough Shiva's components that he's had this plate mail for a while. So there's the full pike coming in. Mugi decides to go back for a Yasha before finishing up the full pike. And then looks like a Mantis next on the agenda. Oh, Wizard just runs straight up onto the high ground. There's a TA trap waiting here as well. Doesn't have the surge for a little bit. Comes out soon, but the lift immediately comes out. Does he have enough? They've got the surge Lifestealer to chase after him just in case they need it. And with that kill, quickly take the outpost, and Clockwork going to be sent packing. Kind of floating around the map. This Clockwork feels like some of the Earth Spirit picks that we've seen in this qualifier. I don't think Clockwork is necessarily a bad hero, but you just have to pick him in the right circumstances, and just for whatever reason it has not worked out this game. You know, they did get those combinations with the OD at mid, but he went and spent quite a bit of time top, and that like netted them 1 kill I think on XXS total.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And very defensive item build from AQ. I almost feel like the way that the last 2 games have gone has kind of gotten in its head a little bit. Like just getting locked down once by one of the supports will fade in both cases with just a random hex, and then he just dies. Just doesn't want to get like swapped or lifted or anything, but AQ, we've seen this story before. He wanted this mid-wave lifted, dead. Aster just waiting for him under cover of smoke, and nothing that Newbee could do to help as Aster now going to just move forward onto the tier 2 tower. And Newbee, what do? They're not great at starting off fights. Clockwork cannot initiate into the 5-man death ball that is Aster, and they're just kind of getting bigger and bigger as time goes on. And Bar Assassin's going to have the BKB soon. He hasn't even really had to do anything this game other than just hit creeps. He's got 250 CS. And once he gets the Blink Deso BKB, can just go ham. What can Newbee do about him? I guess the Drow and the OD can turn and just try and hit him, but still going to have refraction. Alright, silence TP. You just gotta get out of there. Oh, did they not get, they didn't get outpost experience either in 20 minutes. Did they get any bounties? Nope. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that's why this lead is now 11k and 7.5k and heading towards 75%. Also, a force death for Baboka. Maybe he doesn't need to be using so many swaps now to save people. Wizard getting spotted. But Aster not really here for this fight, and SCCC having to be cautious of the clock. They tried to vacuum him up onto the high ground. Would have been nice if that had worked, but didn't happen. TA is now just capturing his top outpost in the meantime. To me, it just looks like Newbee lost a lot of. They lost a lot of confidence after the way that those first two games went. They're just really not being decisive at all. Maybe they're thinking, okay, we do just need to farm up. If we can get to a late game situation with Drow Ranger and OD, maybe that's where we have a little bit of a chance. But it does seem like they're just letting Aster dictate the pace of the game. Aster smoked up. They've got a Blink Dagger on their Rubik, so he's ready for a Blink Lift if they get any kind of vision. And they know that this outpost is being captured, so they're just going to beeline there. Lifestealer insanely strong. This full Mjolnir. Who are they going to find first? They're looking towards AQ. Have they found him? Fade's looking for the lift. They can't quite get it. AQ now lifted up. The force step not going to be enough to save him. Chain Frost deployed. YC is just dying to the lightning bouncing around. He's dead. BKB Templar Assassin waiting here for Mugi. He's going to pop the Manta and just try and run for it. AQ wants to stand his ground and fight, but XXS doesn't even die to the hammer being dropped. Triple kill already for SCCC. Mugi wants the TP out. He does just get it, but he is the only survivor of his team, as Aster hardly have a scratch on them after that fight. XXS dropped a little bit low, but that was the only damage dealt by Newbee in that fight. Drow Ranger spent the entire time running away. They just collapsed as soon as the Lifestealer ran into them. And,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, there you go. It's really looking at this point like Aster are going to be your China Qualifier champions for the minor. And Newbee, I don't know, what play do they have to make? Like, they don't even have some big vacuum wombo combo that they can pull off. Like vacuum into an ice path or something where they can just win the whole team fight off of that. It's really...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's really very disconcerting how little they have to deal with this Lifestealer. Like I said, it has been less popular in China than some of the other regions, so maybe something that they just weren't thinking about as much, but it has worked absolute wonders, and TA seems to be the stable hero that she ever was. Like, just the way that SCCC can just walk around is kind of insane to me. Alright, Fade comes in, gets the lift on the wrong one. He's going to go running. Is he going to get the bash? Bash like bash. Hook. Oh! Interrupt the bashes, but okay, not hookshot stolen. It is just the battery assault. YC making sure that his carry escapes. Even rocket flaring the wave just to try and push this out a little bit longer and buy themselves a bit more time, but as time ticks, it's just win probability, XP, net worth, all moving for Aster, and Fade even looking for a little bit more as they go for the infest gank at bottom now. Wizard lifted, out pops Lifestealer to say hello. Can they get the bash that they need? Perfectly timed. No chance to run away. And, oh, okay, TA is looking for more. I think, what, did OD just TP out there? Yep. The hit squad just they just see somebody top, run top, kill them there. See somebody bot, run bot, kill them there, and just zigzag all the way back and forth across the map and completely close them into their base. What can Newbee do to break out of this? Do they have? Okay, they haven't got any of their 2-3 neutrals yet. They do still have a couple of camps that they can work with, but Roshan's back up. Aster straight in there. Does get scouted by the rocket flare, but is that going to be at all relevant with all the minus armor? Okay, Newbee deciding that they actually have to try and make something happen here. Clockwork's TPing onto the outpost to try and get some kind of a hook in. Is that going to be in time? No, it's not. He gets the hook, but the Aegis is already waiting, and he just gets lifted straight into his death. Fade goes blinking forward, looking for a little bit more. He's got the stolen surge, but no more disables. He's just giving the vision. He's actually got the battery assault as well. Fade's looking for this kill on Faith, keeping him locked down. SC closing the gap with that massive move speed. Wizard will be able to get Faith out, but there's also the stolen surge to contend with. Moogie's just trying to find some neutral items. Alright, the Orb of Destruction. Pretty nice. But now 21k. They see Moogie. They ping Moogie. Moogie knows that he just has to get the heck out of there. Rubik already has Boots of Travel to continue the hunt. Fade not going to find him though.
No sorceries
Yeah. Free kill. Fade. 2 hits. Not an uphill miss. No imprisonment because of the orchid. Alright, he buys back. Tier 3 taking damage. And now Fade and Baboku coming over, the big initiators. Ready to try something here. Darkseer has a Ghost Scepter, so Wizard may be feeling a little bit safer about being on the front lines, but still has to be wary of this chain stun. He may not even get the opportunity to get it off. There's the lift. Bashes. 1 Force Staff away. 2nd Force Staff away. Keeping him alive. Hookshot in. YC looking for some lockdown and SCC. Not going to happen. Templar Assassin in a compromising position. Does lose the first life. Has the BKB on the respawn. Might just be able to blink away though. Not forced to use it. Does just get swapped out. Baboku's going to lose his life. Auto attacks from AQ. Doing their job here. And Newbee do manage to defend their high ground. Aster not giving up just yet. Might want to wait until they get this Abyssal Blade on the Lifestealer, but it does seem like they might just want to siege this out a little bit more. Telescope picked up. I mean, I should definitely have a neutral item of some description. Alright, and there's the Abyssal Blade. Alright. Oh, Newbee making a move out. Do have a ward up this hill. Could they find something? Again, initiation's still a little bit of a problem for them and completely in the dark as to what Aster are up to. Aster just kind of waiting for their Vengeful Spirit to make it back over. They send SCC up first. He's got 3k health. Very difficult to do anything about. Moogie getting slowed down. They've got another TA trap waiting over here. They've also got the lift. They're going to jump the OD first. Nothing to save him. The silence. Completely ineffective. That's that Abyssal Blade unveiling. Puts AQ in the hole for 50 seconds. And Aster can now set their sights on this high ground once again. TA almost has a full Bloodthorn if she wants it. Wizard's got the wall back up in a second. Maybe they can use that to defend. There is a buyback available and a glyph, plus the Frost Shield. Gonna help out a little bit here. But there is there's an Orb of Destruction. Oh, jump in. Moogie, do they have the Force Staffs for him? Gets lifted up. Nice vacuum combination, but again, where's the damage? They've already lost Moogie. AQ's bought back into the game. What's he actually going to be able to do? It's SCC going ham in the backlines. He gets the bash on the darts here. Chon also wanting to get a little bit involved to get the swap back. Newbee's had enough. GG is called. And Aster running the gauntlet here in the StarLadder minor qualifiers. They've done it. They took the 2-1 victory over Keen. They take the 3-0 revenge against Newbee, and they will be the minor representative from China. Great Lifestealer pick. The Lifestealer did a lot of work. Templar Assassin looked solid. Newbee just seemed... They seemed a bit broken after those first couple of games. I don't know if AQ kind of lost a little bit of confidence or what happened, but he had a rough series for sure. So definitely a lot for Newbee to look back on and learn from this, but Aster now get to set their sights. And with that, we've wrapped it all up, guys. That's it. We've done the major qualifier. We're done with the minor qualifier. I get the absolute pleasure of saying thank you guys for tuning in across all of the qualifiers, across all the coverage. hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, that's really about it. One final congratulations to Aster. I'll give you guys a quick look at some stats if you want to see them. It was really just the SCCC show on the Lifestealer, 25k. Yeah, Cheon did something as well, and Fade even actually quite a lot of damage. XXS, maybe the silent hero on some of these saving more supporty offlaners, is Abaddon, his Omni Knight, really putting in a lot of work and really enabling the other cores to shine. But that wraps it up. Thank you so much for watching, and go and watch whatever is on right now. There's a We Play tournament. There's more great Dota starting in 30 minutes from now. So thank you guys for watching. Go and enjoy that. I'll be tuning in. I'll be in the chat. I'll hopefully see you there.